Yo guys, what's going on? It's Draenor here, and today I'm bringing you my Shockadin guide and spec, as a lot of people have requested this after my video got like 5,000 views or something. It did really well anyway, so I just want to go through everything and what I use to get that kind of damage and what you can use in different situations and pretty much everything like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video guys, and don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Thanks. Right, so first things first, I just want to go through the talents. This is the talents I used in all my videos, in all the series that's going to come up, all the arena matches. Obviously I change different things depending on the opponent as well, but this is the standard setup. Now I'm just going to go through. The first tier is literally open. The reason I use long arm of the law is because I use a lot of judgments, and I'll get through to that in a minute. But because I'm judging a lot, you know, I want that speed boost. The other two are fine. Pursuit of Justice is good if you're not using up your holy power a lot, and Speed of Light's really good for like chasing a druid who's blinked or getting, you know, round a pillar faster, that sort of thing. But I use long arm of the law probably 75-80% of the time, and I'll explain that why I use that in a minute. But on the second tier you only really need Fists of Justice. I mean, the other two aren't worth taking at all, unless of course you're with a partner who stuns a lot, but I'd just take Fists of Justice anyway. Now this is the third tier. Now this is the reason I use judgments a lot, it's because I'm actually using Selfless Healer. Now the reason I use this is because I'm actually tunneling people a lot, like as a DPS. That's what I'm really am. I'm a holy DPS, and 9 times out of 10 the enemy isn't going to tunnel you as a holy paladin. They're going to tunnel your teammate, which is normally a mage or a rogue. I don't know, it depends who you choose to go with. Now Sacred Shield is really powerful, and I'd definitely take that if I was healing, but because I'm using a lot of judgments and I'm bursting, I take Selfless Healer, and that's how I can pull off like 600 800k heals. It's really powerful. You have no idea. When I've got wings up and I'm bursting and I've got 3 stacks of Selfless Healer with Trinket and all that sort of thing, and my teammate's on like 10%, I can just literally use one flash of light and he'll be at 100% just in a split second, and then I can do that again like 10 seconds 15 seconds later. So I definitely use that. It's just fits my playstyle. There's no really alternative. If you're gonna be a DPS healer, that's what you want. The third tier, or the fourth tier, sorry, is just, you just want clemency. Obviously your hand abilities have 2 charges, so you can use like 2 hand of freedoms or 2 sacrifices, bops, that sort of thing. It's just too powerful. The other ones aren't worth taking. The same again with the 5th tier. You want Sanctified Wrath. This is just too good. Reduces Holy Shock's cooldown by 50% and its crit chance by 20%. Let alone with your Denounce, you know, crits, you're just going to be critting Holy Shock every time, and it's insane. Now second to last talent is debatable. Executioner's Sentence is probably going to give you more burst, but it is on a minute cooldown, and you want to use it for damage. You don't really want to use it for healing. Now the reason I use Holy Prism, because on average Holy Prism over time is going to do more damage. It's not going to do more burst, but it's going to do more damage. You can use it 3 times compared to using 1 Executioner's Sentence. Obviously this is going to sink a lot more mana, but who cares about mana anyway. The other cool thing about this talent is when you actually use it, I'll do it on this training dummy because he's got a thing next to him. It will heal the guy next to him, and when you're tunneling something and you do that, it's going to heal you and it's going to heal your teammate. The good thing about that is when you've got wings up, it's like 100k heal crit, so you're getting a free 100k heal. If you're tunneling a warrior or he's hitting you back and you're losing health, you don't want to stop to heal, so you just pull a Holy Prism like that and it heals you quite a nice amount. So that's the reason I use it. Obviously if you're against a different team, maybe if you're against a double DPS team where they haven't got any strong healing, use Executioner's Sentence, because that's going to do a big burst. You know, it's going to be a lot better, but like I said, Holy Prism's a lot more defensive, and on average it does more damage. Not in a burst, but the fact you can use it 3 times. Now the last one is obviously Saved by the Light. There's no arguing there. It's the only one you're going to really want to use, because you're going to put a beacon on your friend and you've got Saved by the Light as well, so you've both got a good shield that's going to save your life, hence the name Saved by the Light. Now that's pretty much it for talents. Like I said, the only debatable ones are the first ones, the first and the second to last. So it's either Execution, Sentence, and any of these first three. You know, if you're not dodging a lot, you can take Sacred Shield, but this is all about damage. I strongly recommend Long Arm of the Law and Selfless Healer setup. Now my glyphs, there's two you absolutely 100% want. There's Glyph of Holy Shock, which decreases the healing but increases the damage, because that's what we want. We just want damage. Second one is Glyph of Denounce. It's pretty self-explanatory. Every 3 Holy Shocks you get an instant Denounce. So that's really good. So you like that sort of thing. It reduces the cast time. That's what we want. And the third one, I actually use Burden of Guilt probably 80% of the time. Now the reason I use this is because it's a slow. So not only am I getting speed boost from Judgment, I'm also slowing them. So this is really good, because a lot of times I'm chasing people. If they get a slight edge away from me, I can judge them and catch up to them, and they'll be slowed. So you can pretty much stay on anyone all the time. Maybe druids can blink away, but you know, the other thing you can take is, of course, Harsh Words. And the reason you want to take this, it does tons of damage, like absolutely tons. When you've got wings up, the actual behind Holy Prism, because Holy Prism will actually do the most damage out of every ability you've got, but Word of Glory will be the second highest. I averaged about a 74k crit, which is pretty mad. On players, obviously they're going to have a 15% less than that, but the reason I don't take it a lot of the time is because if you're DPSing someone in an arena, they're not going to let you cast Word of Glory on them. Like, they're going to go behind a pillar, they're going to do something like that. So I don't know, I just tend to take Burden of Guilt. But if you get an opportunity, maybe you can stun them for a long time, or you can pull off Harsh Words, then do it, because it does tons of damage. Now I just want to show you the power of Holy Shock here, because a lot of people are saying, like on the forums and that Denounce needs fixing, but it's not really Denounce. So if I pop wings here, that Holy Shock's 43k, 60k, 62k. Now if I do Denounces, it's 29k, 32k. But it's not Denounce isn't the problem. It's Holy Shock that does all the damage, and on a cooldown like this. So that's your priority. You always want to be Holy Shocking. And then you got Holy Prism there. You see that 123k off heal, so that's why I use it. So in terms of burst abilities, you want to pop your wings, but before you pop your wings, you want to pop a Denounce, so you steal their crit. Then you want to pop their wings, and straight after you pop their wings, you want to do a pop your wings. Sorry, you want to do a Holy Prism, and then you want to do a Holy Shock, and then you probably need another Denounce. And then you can do another Holy Shock, and then a Judgment, Denounce, Holy Shock, etc, etc. Maybe you don't have to put Judgments in. Judgments are only going to do 20k damage. It's not the damage you want, it's the Selfless Healer proc. So you want to, every 3 Judgments, you can pull off an instant heal to your teammate. Obviously with wings, it's going to be like a 400k, something like that, 400k heal. So that's pretty much everything. Now one thing I forgot to mention was gear. I just want to talk about gear quickly. I just use my standard gear, you know, stat priorities of haste and versatility. But if you do want to add extra damage, you can take multi-strike gear, like versatility and multi-strike. That's what you'll want to be stacking if you really want to go balls out and damage. But I find I lose a lot of healing that way, like haste and that sort of thing. So I don't tend to change my gear. But if you want to change it to multi-strike, if you want a 1v1, that sort of thing, I'd definitely recommend that. If you had any questions, just leave a comment and I'll get back to you. But you pretty much just want to keep Holy Shock up at all times and use Holy Prism when you can. Don't forget to off-heal your friends when you've got 3 stacks of Selfless Healer. And yeah, you're pretty much raping everyone if you get a good partner. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. It would help a lot. And yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.